ready.
Right. Are we running?
Yes.
Okay, so this is about a Unit 2 assignment, and the date today is the something or other of March. And so there are 4 things to do, and 1, 2, 3, 4, and it says complete a 2,000 word technical log. So you do your 4 things and write about all of them in the 2,000 words. I would say though, that I reckon point 4 is going to use up more words than anything else is. That's going to be the greediest part of your 2,000 words. So point 1, 2 and 3 are things where you need to include sound samples of what you've got. Okay, so make sure that if you do Led Zeppelin drums, that you don't forget to include the RAV of your Led Zeppelin drums in there. And that you need to stick photos up as well. So if you're using a miking method, then photograph it or whatever, you know. So part 1 is you need to do this. You need to use a synthesizer to reproduce a real sound. The real sound could be the sound of wind blowing through the trees, or the sound of a dripping tap, or a police car siren, or I don't know, that sort of thing, birds singing. But you need to use a synthesizer to recreate it. One of the things that I deliberately set up for you all was that a real sound was the sound of a Roland TR-808 drum machine. That's a real sound. And that I taught you all how to use the synthesis techniques within Pro Tools to recreate one of those sounds, like a kick drum or a snare or something. So we've already did that for the formative. Number 2 and 3 really do go hand in hand. If you're a shrewd and smart person, you would make these work together for simplicity and economy. For example, number 2 says, at least one example of signal processing to achieve a given sound. So signal processing is using and that's to achieve a given sound. The given sound being one that you have chosen. Number 3 says, at least one example of multiple microphone placement to achieve a given sound. So if you make that given sound for 2 and 3 the same thing, like Led Zeppelin when the levee breaks, then you can use 2 microphones on it, multiple mics, number 3, and then you can signal process it with echo and compression. So one task requires you to do both. You'd be mad not to take advantage of that, wouldn't you, really? Now number 4 is all about building the synth. Get this, you don't have to have completed the synth. What you have to have done is have participated in the making of a synth. So even if you don't get this finished, you have still participated in the making of it. If you do get it finished, I want to hear a sound of it, please. If you don't, you can't do that, so don't include the sound. But do include photographs of it, even if it looks like a half-finished synth. And you should talk about the circuit. That's why I think that number 4 is using up more words than the other ones are. Okay. It says complete 2,000 word technical log that explains the characteristics of the original sounds you've chosen and the signal path, blah 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 blah. Which in other words, if you're interested in the sound of a bird song, you need to explain how do you know a bird song sounds like that. You might do the Audacity analysis on it. Or how do you know that a Roland TR-8 snare drum uses those harmonics? Because you did Audacity on it, just like I taught in the lessons. And then give a reasons for selecting particular recording equipment. So why did you use that mic as opposed to that mic? Evaluate the success of your work, offering insight into possible alternative approaches. So you can say, like if you're doing Led Zeppelin, oh, this has worked out surprisingly well, really. But if I could have just had access to a large, more echoey space, I probably would have got a better result in the studio, which is a bit dead. But I don't have access to a mansion house, you could say, you know, something like that, yeah. You must include photos and sound samples. Make sure that everything's labelled clearly and correctly. So yeah, a description of the process of making your project. So there's things about the making of the project, like there's the soldering, the layout, that circuit board, etc. That's it.